What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real football fans, stand up. And if you like football content, if you like being a part of one of the most lit football communities on YouTube, you have come to the right place. So do us a huge favor, comment, like, subscribe, somewhere down there, somewhere down there, somewhere down there. And be sure to turn that notification bell to stay updated with all NFL football content. If you like draft content, we got you. You like film breakdown, we got you. If you like being a part of one of the best communities, as I mentioned, we got you. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So Randy Gregory. Yes, hot topic button right now. So it seems like the Dallas Cowboys could be moving on from Randy Gregory. And we had spoke about this in lithium for the past few days, and it seems like it's starting to become a little bit more evident than ever. Randy Gregory seems to be a hot commodity on the market, and of course, he's a pass rusher, right? We know the NFL and these NFL teams love pass rushers, and so even though Randy Gregory didn't put up a godly number, the skill set has been there. The skill set has always been there. I mean, even coming out of camp, going into preseason, going into the season, the guy who really stood out was Randy Gregory. And I want y'all to think about this, totally for Randy Gregory in his career. Now, granted, a lot of it's due to his fault, right? He's only earned about $7 million total. $7 million total for Randy Gregory. Now is the time to get your money. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. He's 30 years old, y'all. And there will not be no favors. There will not be no favors when it comes to negotiating with Randy Gregory. I know a lot of Cowboys fans were like, Tuck, we've been by Randy Gregory's side. We stuck by him with all these suspensions and what was going on. That's cool, bro. I appreciate you. But now that Randy Gregory is back on his feet, it's time for him to eat. And you have to also consider this. We had the option to franchise tag him. Now, the franchise tag for defensive ends was approximately around $18 million. We chose otherwise. We chose to franchise tag a tight end. And so now the price tag for Randy Gregory is going to be upwards of $18 million plus. That's the baseline, right? And there's teams out there willing to pay 20, 21 for a pass rusher with the skill set that Randy Gregory provides. So, it feels like right now, Cowboys Nation, Randy Gregory might be on his way out of Dallas unless a miracle happens, falls from grace, right? And they're able to work out something. But as of right now, I'm not too optimistic about Randy Gregory returning back for the 2022 season, which is crazy because I like Randy Gregory, right? He's done great things when he was out there on the field. I know last year was his first full season, but man, when I was out there in Oxnard, Randy Gregory was causing havoc every day at camp, every day at practice, even in the preseason and earlier on in the season. Now he kind of fizzled out a little bit, but man, I would like to have Randy Gregory on this roster, but I do not see how the Dallas Cowboys are going to be able to afford to do so. But I don't want to be all doom and gloom, Cowboys Nation. So it sounds like, and as we mentioned this, I mentioned this last weekend, things are starting to look a little bit better when it comes to Amari Cooper. And I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are trying to negotiate a contract, maybe a restructure when it comes to Amari Cooper. Now, let's be honest. We keep it real here. This is what we do on the CFO Sports, right? What happened probably? They were planning on moving from Amari Cooper. They said we're going to move CeeDee Lamb over to the primary wide receiver spot. We're going to re-sign Michael Gallup for this low contract, bring him in. Maybe bring in Cedric Wilson. If not, we'll get some young guy in the draft and plug him in and get right back to business for a whole lot cheaper. Then Mike Williams was signed for a contract, the LA Chargers wide receiver. And that ain't no cheap contract. And so Michael Gallup's price tag is drastically increased due to that contract. And so if I'm Michael Gallup's agent, I'm saying, bro, I ain't signing for no $10 million deal, no $8 million deal. We trying to get the money. And I will never fault players for wanting to get their money. Y'all know me. So what probably happened is the Cowboys and Stephen Jones probably said, okay, cool, we apologize. we've been a little harsh. We've been saying a lot of things. We really don't mean it. We want you in Dallas. All that, baby come back type, mess they probably was spitting in Coop's way. And they're trying to work something out and keep Amari Cooper. So now Michael Gallup might be the odd man out. Like, okay, we're going to keep Coop, but we're going to move on from Michael Gallup, which I'm okay with. If I had to pick between the two, Amari Cooper is the guy that I want on the roster. No knock to Michael Gallup. He's on that jersey back there. Coop's on the jersey too. But I like them both, right? If it's up to me, I would like to keep all three. I just know that isn't feasible. So if we got to move on from somebody, it'll probably be Michael Gallup. Because I feel like once that contract got signed for Mike Williams, Michael Gallup's agent said, hold up, wait. Nah, we're trying to get this money. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this Coop thing works. I know I said I was at 20. I was at 35. I'm feeling a little 45-ish today. I'm feeling a little 45-ish right now when it comes to Amari Cooper. So, I know Cowboys fans, you guys have been on this Cooper situation. I've been getting so many DMs and messages from everywhere. Like, Tuck, what's going on with Coop? Tuck, what's going on with Coop? I'm at 45. If I can get to a 50-50, you got to roll with your boy. But I feel like Amari Cooper, they're going to try to work something out to keep. I feel like he's going to have to restructure, though. There's going to have to be a compromise, as I've been saying. But I'm a little more optimistic that it's going to happen than I was 2 to 3 weeks ago. Another name that we heard is going to be in-house for the 2022 season, which we possibly thought was going to be out, especially with the amount of money they can save, is DeMarcus Lawrence. Because if you think about it from a defensive line standpoint, you can't say, hey, Dayton Quinn, you came in last year, your defense played incredible, lights out, but we're going to take your left end and also your right end and get them out of house. Good luck, figure it out. And so I feel like they're going to try to keep DeMarcus Lawrence on the roster as well. And I know a lot of Cowboys fans, y'all don't like DeMarcus Lawrence. He got lazy after he got his money. He doesn't get the sacks like he did before he got his money. Like, Cowboys fans, they always want to criticize what you did before you got your money, right? But DeMarcus Lawrence is the anchor of this defense. And when he was out there, our defense played a lot better. And so I would like to have DeMarcus Lawrence or Randy Gregory. You got to give me one or the other. You can't take them both from me. If you're going to make me pick, I'm going to have to pick. But even if I had to pick between Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence, me personally, I'm keeping DeMarcus Lawrence. That's just me. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just me. I would keep DeMarcus Lawrence over Randy Gregory because he's more dependable and reliable, and he had a larger body of work, and I know what I'm signing up for when it comes to DeMarcus Lawrence versus Randy Gregory. Now, another trade that can possibly be in the works is La'el Collins. And La'el Collins has always been a hot topic button, especially this past season, right? He got suspended for, the drug test and whatnot. He was out, kind of came back. He was in the doghouse for a little bit. Then Terrence Steele moved over to left tackle because Tyron Smith went out. And then La'el got the right tackle position and didn't give it back. Some people say he wasn't playing as well as Terrence Steele and whatnot, and that was a whole conversation. But it sounds like the Dallas Cowboys could be looking to trade La'el Collins. Now, we have talked about possibly moving La'el Collins to left guard. If the Cowboys move on from him, there is a market value for a starting right tackle of La'el Collins' caliber. I know the Raiders have considered it. I know Cincinnati's picking up the phone as well. So there's going to be a few teams. Now I'm hearing 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, 4th, 5th round pick. We'll see, because I feel like he's worth more than a 5th round pick for a trade of that player, especially a starting right tackle. But you're starting to hear La'el Collins' name circulate when it comes to trade talk. Now, if we trade La'el Collins, Terrence Steele is now your right tackle. We don't have a left guard because I feel like Connor Williams should be out unless they're going to go brain dead and go with Connor McGovern again, because we saw how that whole experiment worked, right? So they're going to have a Holyfield at left guard. Tyron Smith, we know his age is starting to get up there a little bit. His injuries are starting to add up. So you take Terrence Steele away from being your swing left tackle. So you're going to have to go get one, whether it's in the draft or free agency. So the offensive line depth that we went in last season with is starting to diminish. It's starting to diminish real quickly, and especially if you move on from La'el Collins. So if we do move on from La'el, then when we do these mocks, I might need 2 of them guards. I might need me 2 guards and a tackle. Like, I'm going to need some more depth at that offensive line position because our center's a little wonky. You pretty much are going out there with one certainty, and that's Zach Martin. So, and you definitely don't want to have that with your caliber of quarterback in Dak Prescott and put him back in that same situation that he was in last year, pretty much running for his life, because even though we did have talent last year, our offensive line was poorly coached anyway. So we definitely want to shore up the offensive line. So if we move on from Lyle, I might get 2 of them guards and grab me a tackle, y'all, because we're going to need a lot more depth at our offensive line position, man. But let me know how y'all feel. Comment below. Do y'all think that Coop is safe for right now? Do you think that Randy Gregory is going to be the odd man out? What do you think about D-Law returning back? And should we be looking to trade Lyle Collins? Man, it's your boy J Tuck. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, JTuck151. And of course, subscribe to the channel CFO Sports. I appreciate all the support. I want everyone to have a great Friday. Everyone stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and give me some guards and some tackles, please. Peace.